what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be recapping how I made like 5 figures trading today. And yeah, we'll get into this right here today. Now it is like after market close, so I'll just like throw up some screenshots, but today was CPI day and I actually did end up taking 2 trades, and I'll tell y'all why, but kind of give my bias going into the day. Well, after CPI, it's very clear we're going up, right? So what I always do, I just mark out the next targets, right? So it's like right here, next target for me would be something like this, right? We have this hourly gap, like 196. And going into market open, we'll go to CPI, right? We obviously make this high right here, this data high. And then into market open, we get a dump down, right? Very clean, target. We're obviously bullish, right? We have the data low too, but with us being very bullish, we have this data high up here, right? Pretty easy target for me to take. And right here, off open, we get a strong displacement, right? We run through this 1 minute gap right here. The only logical thing for me to take is, a long to this high right here. So that's pretty much what I took. I'm not sure. I think my entry was like right around here. I got like a little bit of a worse fill. But that is what we took to this data high, right? Pretty clean trade in my opinion. Like 40 points or something like that. And moved very nicely. Really not much drawdown right here. So that was the first thing we took. And I did mess it up because I only took it on the top step accounts and instead of like both. So that was kind of annoying just because it did happen pretty quick, like right after I kind of got on the charts. But I did take a second trade, which, normally I really am not a fan of, but we were running like crazy and we had this draw, like very, very, very clean draw, right? Like I was like, you could have, if I missed this first trade, I probably would have taken this retrace to this gap right here and then played a continuation to this high, maybe with, like a candle closure like this. I probably would have taken something like this. I mean, this is super clean. I mean, this could have been this could be like a 20, 30K trade, honestly, with like real size on it. But yeah, this would have been a really nice trade to take for the day. And what I did end up taking was this right here, right? We retraced to this, like we're literally at this high right here, and we retraced to this gap, we react out of it, and right, so I took something like this right here with like a stop right here, and I pretty much just took it to these highs right here. I think it was something like this, like 1.5, 1.3 R, right? We held this gap, got a reaction from it. Pretty big scalp, pretty small scalp, but I did size pretty heavy on this just because pretty confirmed trade for me. Like I think this is playing out 9 times out of 10, especially with how bullish we are. One thing I always look for is when you are entering on these lower time frame entries, you're kind of just scalping, is you got to see price, bro. When we're moving this cleanly, like this is probably one of the most beautiful deliveries I've seen in a while. It is pretty easy for me, like obviously to catch like a continuation, right? Pretty much every single retrace you can see here gets bought up, right? Even though we never get like a real retrace, like even these small retrace when we're this bullish, we have a clean draw. There's really nothing protecting price, right? If we look at the hourly, that's what I always do. What is going to stop us from hitting this fair value gap, right? This is the first area of resistance you can get. But until that point, like what are we going to reject off of? Literally nothing until that fair value gap. So again, that's what I took right here. Usually, I do not take 2, but in this case I did. But what I was going to say, definitely like recently, I'd say I've been trading pretty good, but also like conditions have been pretty nice. I've been able to like select the good trades out of, the bad ones. Just for me, like a main thing I'd like to do is just identifying conditions. When we're moving this clean, like you can just see we're just going up, right? So it's like, it's going to be pretty easy for me to catch a long, right? And what was I going to say? Yeah, like that's personally how I go about, I don't know. I think it was a pretty simple day to play, right? Obviously, got a strong line bias, right? Another thing too, like if you look at ES, right, because I do peep the difference, you can see ES was more bearish today, right? So I am going to look to take that long on NQ versus ES, right? You can see NQ's moving. So if I'm going to long a pair, it is going to be NQ instead of ES, right? So, I mean, this is a pretty short video. Again, if you guys have any questions in the comments below, what was I gonna say? Yeah, make sure to ask them. But what I was gonna say, I don't know. I'm probably gonna be risk off the rest of the week. I caught a pretty good trade yesterday too, and pretty good trade this week. So probably gonna be light size rest of the week unless I see something really good. I am traveling tomorrow, and we're actually at my well, I'm not going to say student, one of my friends, Tyler's crib. If you guys watched the interview a while back, like 2-3 months ago, he moved out, he copped his own crib here in Florida. So right now we're at his crib. I'd say what's up to him, but he went upstairs while I was filming this. But that's fire, got to see my boy. And yeah, man, bro, holy, I can't talk, but that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know, and I will catch y'all in the next video.